All right, Grandpa. So today we're going to do an oral history interview. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about your childhood, your adolescence, time in school, work, and your time with Grandma, and a couple of other general questions. Okay?
Okay.
So we'll start with the intro. Can you tell me today's date, Grandpa?
Today is the 23rd, 2023.
All right. And what's your full name?
John Rodriguez Gutierrez Jr.
Okay. So we're going to start with your childhood and adolescence and growing up in San Bernardino. Okay.
Okay.
So when and where were you born?
I was born in Middlebrook in 1943. I was born in a house in Middlebrook, San Bernardino.
Okay. Do you remember the cross street for that? Oh, that's over on the south side or the north side?
Yes, let me see, and that's this side.
Okay.
Kingman Street.
Kingman?
No, wait a minute, no, it's not. I forget the name of the street. I think of King Street.
Okay. Where did you where did you grow up? Did you grow up on that street?
No, we moved from there when I was about 4 years old. We moved to the Waterman Projects.
Okay. And what was it like growing up there over in the Waterman Projects?
Well, it was okay, but except for that's where my dad and mom got divorced. And I wasn't in school yet. And then from there, we went to go live with my grandma because my mom asked us where we wanted to go, with her or to my dad. And we all said we wanted to live with our dad. So we went with our dad and lived in grandma's house on Vine Street in San Bernardino. And that's where mostly I went to school, at Mount Vernon School.
And where was your where were your grandparents from?
They were from Mexico. But my dad and my uncle were all born here in the United States. And I want you to know that living with my grandparents' house was the best, happiest years of my life as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad remarried, and we went to live on 9th Street close to Mount Vernon School. And that was the worst years of my life.
Do you know which part of Mexico your grandparents are from?
Irapuato. They're from Irapuato.
What was the name of the grandma you lived with, or the grandparents you lived with?
Patricia, and my grandpa was Jose. He came to the United States in 1900, and he went back in 1916 to look for a wife. And he found my grandma, and they came back over here to San Bernardino. He had a job working at the Santa Fe Railroad. My grandpa had his house, and he had a lot next door. And he planted in that lot. He planted corn, chili, tomatoes, strawberries, watermelon. He planted everything.
Mm-hmm.
That was the happiest time as a kid, as I remember.
Are there any memories from that time with your grandparents that stand out? Any happy stories or experiences you remember the most while living with them?
Play with the kids in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And those days we played in the street because there were hardly no cars. And we played in the street all night and then not worry about no cars. And it was a happy time. And we built our own toys out of old nails and wood, built carts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and on Saturday mornings, we have a wagon, a bunch of us boys would walk to Stater Brothers way over there in Waterman and go to the trash cans and get all kinds of vegetables and stuff that they threw away, canned goods and all that, and then bring it home. A whole wagon full.
Did your grandparents tell you to do that, or did you guys just want to do that?
No, we did it on our own. Yeah, we did that on our own. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Going to Stater Brothers to get the leftovers.
Yeah, they threw a lot of good stuff away. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all the old bread and...
And then one time we got in a fight because this other group of boys said that that was their place to get stuff and not ours. And then we got in a fight over to see who was going to take over Stater. Oh boy.
How old were you?
I was about 7 years old. But when they got in a fight, I ran.
Okay. So, moving on to your parents, Grandpa, what was the name of your parents?
My dad was John, and my stepmother was Concepcion, called her Connie. And my real mother's name was, I can't even remember her name.
Really?
It's been so many years.
That's okay if you don't remember.
Wow. That's bad.
Nah, it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
What was your relationship with your parents, your mom, your dad, and your stepmom?
I was okay with my dad. And my mom, I didn't see her for years until I was 15 years old. And I found out where she lived. And then from there, when I was going to San Bernardino High School, she lived close to Franklin Junior High. And I would go half day to school and ditch the rest of the day and then go to my mom's house and stay there all afternoon.
And she didn't have a problem with that?
No. She asked me how come I was home always early. I'd tell her because it was only a half-day school that I go to. Yeah. Yeah, she, and I hadn't seen her for years and years, and then I met her. And then one day I'm working at Kaiser, and they told me that she was sick, real sick, that she wasn't gonna last. I went to the hospital, and she died in the hospital. And then during the burial, when I went, I cried. I couldn't stop crying.
Do you remember how old you were?
And then my dad gave me a hug, and he said, we all have to die, mijo. And I said, yeah. He said, but I never had a mother. But I got over it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then when I went to go live with my dad and his new wife, oh man, there were some bad years. I used to get whipped a lot. And then she would make me get up and on Saturday go find work, or else after school go find yard work and make money. Always making me work.
Mm-hmm.
but not her boys. She didn't make her boys work, just me. And any money that I won, she would take. I would make 50 cents on a Saturday, and she would take the 50 cents. In the summer times, I get jobs in doing work in the summertime, and she would take all the money, and I won't get nothing. We go to Hemet, and I work for 90 cents an hour for 30 days, and she collect all the money and give me $2.
How old were you when you moved in with Connie?
And I left when I was 17, joined the Marines. And then I got my own money.
How old were you when you moved in with Connie, Grandpa, with your stepmom and your dad?
I was in the 5th grade, I think. Yeah, fifth grade, yeah.
And before that, you were living with your grandparents?
Yeah. When I was in 4th and beginning of the 5th grade, we should do a lot of square dancing in school, practicing.
Uh-huh.
And then one year at the Orange Show, we went and square danced at the Orange Show. Put up a show and square dance over there. Oh, I was real proud. Square dancing in front of all those people. Wow. And I wasn't embarrassed then. Even though I made some mistakes dancing.
Yeah. So why did you move in to your, why did you move in with your stepmom, in the 4th or 5th grade? Like, why did you leave your grandparents' house?
Oh, because my dad got married and he said we had to go live with them.
So was your dad living at your grandparents' house with you too?
Yeah,
Oh,
all of us were living there. Me, my 2 sisters, and my brother. All of us were living there. And it was a small house. We were crowded. And then my uncle was there. My aunt, 2 aunts lived there. My other uncle, my dad and us, and my grandparents. And they only had 1 bedroom. Wow, we were packed there. But it was a good life. Real good life.
That's good, Grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
Do you...
One thing I like about the neighborhood is that all the kids in that block, whenever we wanted an orange, we go to somebody's house and get an orange or an apple or whatever we wanted. They wanted something, they come to our property and get apricots or grapes or whatever. And nobody said nothing. It was part of growing up. Yeah, and we would play late at night, kick the can, like hide and go seek. I would kick the can. And I was always it because I was little. And they always kick the can and I never got to hide.
That sucks.
That was a bummer.
Uh,
But I was good at building carts, little go-karts. And now the kids would come to me and ask me to make them go-karts. And we make them out of old wheels that we find, out of the wheels from the skates. I would make them. And the nails, the nails that I got were all bent, and I straightened them out and nailed them into woods. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, everybody wanted me to build them little carts.
did you guys race?
Huh?
You guys race in the go-karts?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds like
And
fun.
then at night playing in the street because there were no cars. So we go out on the street all night long playing. That was fun. Play tops, marbles. Kids don't do that no more. No marbles, no tops. No hide and go seek. But when I play hide and go seek, there was a little girl I knew that wanted to play, and I go hide with her all the time. I thought, oh, I know a good spot where to hide. Come on, follow me. Oh boy, that was too much.
Do
Oh,
you?
and the 4th of July, that was a good time. They sold firecrackers and cherry bombs in the stores. It wasn't restricted. You could go there and buy cherry bombs, firecrackers, M80s, and that's what we would do. Hmm. And to make money when we were kids, we used to go pick up bottles, beer bottles, soda bottles. You get 2 cents for a soda bottle and 5 cents for a quart of beer. And we go around picking up bottles and beer bottles and go sell them at the store. Hmm. I used to get about 5 quarts of beer one time. I had them out on my arm, and we used to go around barefooted. We didn't wear shoes. And I'm walking to the store with my arms full of quarts, and I drop them. They slip and drop and broke, and I'm barefooted, and I got my feet all cut up. I was mad. I was mad because I lost 5 cents, not because I got cut. That was too much. Yeah, that was fun. And then when I was in school, when I was living with my dad and my stepmom, she would send me to a market to go get things at the Moon Market on Mount Vernon. Not Mount Vernon, what was it? Yes, it was Mount Vernon. And then they had a rack of comic books. And I go to the store and read all the comic books in the rack. For about 2 hours, I stay reading. And then I go home and say, what took you so long? Oh, there was a lot of people in line there, and that's how come I'm late. Well, I would be reading all the comic books.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And then one day, my dad worked picking up trash. And we say one day they picked up at this factory where they made the covers for comic books. And he came home with 2 big boxes of comic books. All kinds of different comic books. Archie, Superman, Donald Duck, and all those comic books. Ooh, I was so happy, man. I would spend all day long reading comic books. That was something else.
Oh, you like those old Archie comics? Those are pretty good.
Yeah,
They're still
Archie
around.
comic books, Elastic Man, all kinds of different books. In school, when I was in Mount Vernon School, they wanted somebody to make a mural on the wall by the office. And they asked me if I could do it for them, because I used to draw a lot. I said, yeah. So me and about 4 kids got together, we're going to draw the mural. And they asked me, what are we going to draw? And I said, I don't know. So I said, I know what. We're going to do the scene from Iwo Jima, Mount Fujiyami. Not Mount Fujiyami, that mountain in Iwo Jima. So I drew it, me and the other guys, other kids. I drew the outlines and they did the coloring. And that mural stayed on that wall until they knocked the school down and rebuilt another school. It stayed there for years and years. And in high school, when I was going to high school, I took up art. And the teacher one day said, I want you guys to do something with paper mache, a picture. So I said, okay. So I drew a picture with paper mache, like a crane and a dozer and all the construction. And she got mad at me and gave me an F. Because she said that wasn't doing it the right way. She gave me an F. And then I joined the Marines and came back, and my brother was in high school. And then one day he told me, "Hey, John, you know what? Your picture's hanging on the wall." I said, "What?" "Yeah, one by paper mache about construction is hanging on the wall." "What? My picture got an F?" Yeah, he said, "Yeah, it was hanging on the wall." And then I took a test on these magazines, comic magazines. They said, "Draw me and win a scholarship." So I drawed it and sent it in. And then later on, this man came to the house and said that I won. He said, "For drawing that picture." He said, "Yeah, a lot of people copy it, they trace over it. But, you enlarged it, so we know it wasn't copied." And it came out good. So he said, "Well, we'll give you a scholarship for art." He said, "It's going to cost you $300. And I said, I was all excited, and I took it. And then they sent me all kinds of material to do at home. But I didn't do it because I had to stay home at night and do that in my room. And the heck with that, man. I'd rather be with my friends playing outside than being stuck in the room. So I didn't do it. I should have took it. I could have been an artist right now. Yeah.
Tattoo artist, maybe.
Yeah. And then one time in high school in art, I took ceramics, and I made a bust of a face. Oh, here's Mija. Come on in.
Okay.
I made a face, a bust, and I got pretty good. I got a B on it. And then she says, "Okay, for your grades, you're going to have to do something out of your ceramics for your grade." I said, "Okay." So we had a week to do it in. So everybody in the classroom is doing it. I'm doing mine. And they're working on mine all week long. And then finally, we had to turn them in for grades. The teacher gave mine to my teacher, and he said, "What's this?" I said, "It's my project." "Well, here's an F." "What? An F?" I said, "Why?" "Because that's obscene." I made a breast. One breast.
Just one?
Yeah.
Not even a pair?
No. And she said, "You're not supposed to be doing that here in school." "Well, it's ceramic, it's art." "No, you're not." She gave me an F.
How old are you?
I was about 15, I think. Yeah, that was too much.
Okay, Grandpa, just taking a step back from
Oh,
school.
wait a minute. In junior high school, I took up woodworking, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna make a coffee table." So I got some wood and I clanked some wood together, make it longer, and I cut the shape, and then for the legs and everything. And then I varnished it, polished it, real nice. And the teacher said, "Okay, we're taking it to the Orange Show, a display." The schools were taking different things, and they picked mine to take to the Orange Show.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. And they took it, and it was on display. And then after the Orange Show, I took it home to my house. And one of the boys sat on it and broke it. Yeah, the legs were made of iron. And I had welded them together. And they weren't made to hold that much weight. And then they broke it, so they threw it away. Yeah, boy. And then I made an end table, 3 doors, 3 sections. And I took that one home. And I don't even know what happened to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was too much. Yeah. But I like that one about the ceramics.
Oh, but the breast.
I don't know why come I kept getting F's in school all the time. When I told my dad one time in grade school, Dad, what? The teacher says I'm smart, Dad. Oh, good, mijo, that's real good. Yeah, she says I'm smart every day. Oh, that's good, man, because you're going to get a good job when you grow up. Yeah, Dad, she's always calling me smart Alec. He was all happy and he went, smart Alec. Oh, boy. Okay, what else?
Yeah, your relatives growing up. Did you have any favorite relatives? I know you said you love your grandma and your grandpa a lot, but was there anyone else you can remember?
I don't remember any favorites, but I remember my uncle, Tony. He was a teenager when I was young, and he was a wild teenager. Me and him shared the same bed, and he'd come home late at night. We'd hang running around the streets and go and make himself two wiener sandwiches with tomatoes and lettuce and everything, and then go and sit down in bed and eat. And I'm laying there hearing him crunching and crunching. I said, oh, I hope he gives me half a sandwich. He never even gave me a bite. And we used to sleep together in the same bed. Mm-hmm. And he used to get mad at me because my grandfather come home from work and drink a couple of quarts of beer working in his garden. And then he leave the quarts there, and then I go get them and sell and get 5 cents for a dime. And my uncle get mad at me and says, you're taking all my money. He said, I'm not taking your money. I got him first, man. You should have got him first. Yeah. A nickel back then was a lot of money.
You still got a nickel for
you could
for
buy
glass back then?
Like 2 Hershey candy bars. For a nickel, you could buy 2.
Really?
Yeah. Nickel was a lot of money back then.
What about a bag of chips? Like a
bag of chips, a soda.
For a nickel?
For a nickel, and then take the bottle back and get 2 cents.
Really? You guys got a nickel for bottles back then?
Yeah. And
I feel like that's what we get today.
The quarts beer bottle were a nickel. 2 cents for a soda bottle. Mm-hmm. And my dad worked at the city, and he emptying trash in the back of the trash can. He'd take all the bottles out. And then bring them home. And the end of the week, we had 2 boxes of bottles. And then we go to a Safeway and cash it in and get maybe about $2, over $2. And those $2 they cash in on Saturday. We go to the show on Sundays with that money. And the show was 15 cents to go in. And get 15 cents, and then we get a quarter to buy candy and stuff to take inside. And we go across the street. What was it, a Save-Ons or a drugstore? And we buy candy there, 3 bars for a dime. 3 candy are Babe Ruth and all that.
Wow. For
a dime. So we go with all our pockets full, eating candy, watching a movie. But we didn't have enough money for a drink. So at the end of the movie, we were going, water. Yeah. Oh, that was a good time.
What did your grandpa and your grandma do for a living, Grandpa? The ones you lived with.
My grandma would just took care of the house and the family. My grandpa worked in Santa Fe. As far as I know, he was a welder's helper. And for being a Mexican, not talking English, that's a good job. a welder's helper. You have to know welding and all that. The guy asks you for a welder will ask you for a rod that so and such number for so and such that you have to know. And I knew my grandpa didn't know. My grandpa didn't know English, so and I was wondering how the hell did he become a welder's helper? Yeah, but he had a good paying job for being a Mexican from Mexico.
Yeah, and where did you say they were both from again? What was the name of the state or the city?
Irapuato.
Okay.
My grandma used to tell me that when they were young over there, my grandpa would be in back of a plow with a mule, plowing like that. And my grandma would follow him with a sack of corn, planting corn in back of him. Bend over all day long planting corn. And he was out there in the plow. Mm-hmm. And that's before they got married. And then when he went in 1960, he told me, I went over there to get married, and that's when Pancho Villa started doing all these things over there. He said, I got out of there quick. Yeah. I got out of there quick and came back. He said, Grandpa, didn't you ever go back? I said, what do I want to go back for? There's nothing over there. Why do I want to go back over there in Mexico? There was nothing over there. And over here I got everything. Eh? So you never went back to visit relatives or nothing.
And did they ever learn English or no? Your grandparents?
No.
So
never learned English.
So you always spoke Spanish at home.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then me, I was raised with them, so I didn't talk English. I spoke English a little bit because my dad would tell us things in English, and my dad didn't know too much either. So he'd tell us in English. And then I started school, and I didn't know English very well. And then we sit down in a reading period. And, I read a lot of comic books, but I read them in my mind.
What do you mean?
The English words.
Like without speaking?
Yeah, because I had an accent. I couldn't pronounce the English words in English.
Okay, I understand.
So we're in a classroom, and we're reading, and then the kids are taking turns reading, and by the time they're done, I already read the whole thing in my mind. And then the teacher will call me to read, and then I go trying to say the words, and I couldn't, and then she would repeat them for me so I could say it. And I said, lady, I know what it says, but I don't know how to say it. That's all. Yeah.
Lady, I know what it says.
I said, I know how to read because I read comic books. Yeah. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, I would read the whole thing in my mind, and I'd say, God, these guys are slow. But when it came up to me, I couldn't say the words. Boy, that was frustrating. I used to get mad.
Did you know anything about your maternal grandparents, grandpa, on your mom's side? About where they're from?
Not too much. I know they came from Mexico, and they moved to Meadowbrook. No, they lived in San Bernardino. That's all I know about them. On my dad's side. On my mom's side, they moved to Meadowbrook. And they lived for a while close to Bayside where the high school is, that new one.
Indian Valley or Indian Springs High School?
Yeah, by the Rock House. That high school right there.
Oh, yeah, that's on the other side of the 215.
Yeah, that's where my mom's parents lived based on across the street from the high school. Yeah, and they had a big ranch over there. That's about as much as I know about them. not too much. I know my dad stole my mom.
Your dad stole your mom?
What do you mean?
He was, I think, 19, 20, and she was 15. And he took her to Upland to her aunt's house to get married. They got married over there. So he kidnapped her and took her to get married. And my uncles were all looking for him because they want to beat him up. And he's over there hiding. And said, "That's what you do when you were over there." So I was picking oranges and picking grapes over there so we could live. And that's, and then finally I came back to San Bernardino, and then they had us. And I said, "Dad, you were working at the city?" "No, I was picking oranges to support you guys." He said, "You picked oranges?" "Yeah." He said, "What a way to make a living, huh? To support a family, picking oranges."
I know, that's a tough job.
Mm-hmm. I said,
Out in the
"Wow."
sun.
Huh? He said, "Dad, what happened if it rained and all that?" "Well, I couldn't work." He said, "We starved, but not you guys."
You guys had it good, huh?
Yeah.
That's what they always say, the older generation.
Yeah. And I remember before going to school, we lived in Arrowhead and Rialto, a big lot. It was an abandoned store, one room with a kitchen and a bathroom and one bed. Me, my dad, my mom, Rachel, and David, we all slept in one bed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right there at that store. Oh yeah, no, I was in school. I was in kindergarten. And from there, from Rialto, used to walk all the way, you know where the orange show was at? The orange show?
Right.
Okay, the left part of the orange show was the school. And I used to walk to school by myself. All that way.
Whoa.
Kindergarten.
Dang, Grandpa, that's a good walk.
Yeah, and then I was in kindergarten. And then there was a lot over there. And we used to cut across one lot, and there was a cow. And a big ass cow in that lot. And I used to jump the fence, go across the lot, looking for the cow. Where's that? And here comes the cow running, and then I run to the fence and jump over. Into that school. Yeah, that was something else.
In kindergarten?
Huh?
In kindergarten?
Kindergarten.
Dang, Grandpa.
Oh, I remember my mom taking me in a cart in kindergarten. The first day of school, she took me. And I didn't know what was going on. All I know is that I was going to school. And then when I was there, I was looking at the other kids, they were crying and crying and crying. And I says, "I'm not going to be like them." And then my mom says, "Okay, John, I'll come and pick you up after school." And then I seen her walk out the door. I started crying.
You're a big crybaby.
I started crying. Like in the movies, huh?
No, when you see the American flag, you cry.
In the movies,
Yeah,
I
movies
cry.
too.
Oh man, too much. Yeah. Yeah, I cried and cried. I'm not gonna be like those guys.
I think you
boy.
cry more than me in movies.
Yeah. Yeah. You volunteered over there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You were helping the veterans, you don't help me.
What? Like,
I'm a
what?
veteran.
I was gonna tell you, why don't you go there more often?
Why?
For like, they have like good doctors and stuff.
I got a good doctor.
Yeah, he goes to the VA already.
Mm-hmm.
But not often. He has like another doctor he goes to.
Mm. Yeah. I should go get my pills over there.
You should.
Yeah. Will you go to the new veterans or the old veterans?
The old
building?
one, the big
Oh,
one.
I don't want to go to the old one.
Why?
Too many people.
If you get there early, no.
Yeah, too many people in the hard place to park.
If you get there early, it's not bad.
Okay.
If
mean
you
like-
want to go next week, I'll take you or something.
No, I'd rather go to the new one.
Oh, okay.
Because they got new seats and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and then I remember when I got a job at Russell Jewelry on Mount Vernon. No, on, what was it? Yeah, Mount Vernon.
As a teenager, or
Yeah. During school, I was going to school. And I would go after school for an hour and sweep and mop and wipe the glass counters, the jewelry counters.
mm-hmm.
And I used to get, he used to give me $1.50 after school. And I used to go every day. And then Saturdays I work all day. And altogether I would bring home, let me see, $10. $10, and my stepmom would take all of it. Mm-hmm. And but I like working over there because I worked at cash register and making money orders, and then I go to school wearing a diamond ring.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
A fake one?
No.
Really?
See, I go there and my job was to get all the trays of rings and watches and put them in the safe.
No.
And, yeah, and I would get one, put it on, and then go to school, like this. Everybody's seeing me.
Did you give it back?
Yeah, I should put them back the next day.
You should show off your
Yeah.
bling right now.
Huh?
Show off your bling to the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
it's a-
camera right here, Grandpa.
What is it?
It's a diamond ring.
Why is the other one a G?
Oh, that's a gold with my initials G.
Grandpa Gutierrez.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to go to school wearing a new ring all the time, man. Different ring. It's a good thing I didn't lose it. Or, school was something else. I started junior high. Yeah. They had safety patrol. The kids, they wear a badge. And they said, oh man, I want to be a safety man. And so I volunteered. They gave me a badge. I put it on and my belt like that, real sharp. And then they have a little book to give tickets to kids that are running or throwing paper or something. You give them a ticket. And then they have to go after school for
Detention or
for something. And then I have to go with them and tell them how come they got the ticket. So my first day, I'm all cool, big old sheriff here. So a couple of guys are running around, and I gave them a ticket. They're little chuquitos. And they said, oh, what? What's this? I said, well, it's a ticket. You have to go after school to the room. Okay. So after school, we go over there, and they tell them they have to do something. Or sweep the yard or something, the school grounds. And then they're all mad at me, little chiquitos. And so I'm all proud, man, because I'm a big sheriff. And I started walking home. They jumped me and beat me up
dang.
for giving them a ticket there. The next day I go and throw my badge. I don't want to be a sheriff no more. Oh, boy. A big old sheriff.
Yeah. Well, you thought you were the sheriff.
Oh, and then in junior high school, the first dance we had, there's this girl I like in my room. And so I asked her to go to a dance after school dance. He said, okay. And I had worked. And so I had, I think it was 10 cents to go to the dance. So I had enough to pay for us. And so we go in the dance, and they're playing rock and roll music. Now, I don't know how to dance rock and roll back then. So, a guy asked her to dance and said, go ahead. And she's dancing. And then afterwards, another guy asked her to dance. She asked me to dance. I said, no, I don't know how. So she went dancing, and when she went dancing, I went out and left her and went to go play handball with the guys. and then that girl never spoke to me again.
I wonder why.
All the way to junior high school to high school, and nowhere she never spoke to me again. Wow, what a hard feeling.
Well, you left her, Grandpa. You left her stranded.
But I didn't know how to dance, and now I'm a dancing fool.
I know.
I know. Now you dance all the time. You went to the nightclub in Redlands.
Yeah. Talking about dancing, me and your grandma, Benny and Mingo came to the house with their kids, asked us to babysit, because they were going to go, have a beer or a drink. Yeah, okay. So we used to live in Magnolia. So we're right there, it's getting dark. It's dark already. I tell you, Grandma, hey, just go have a beer, man. We'll come right back. Let's go at Crescendo. We'll have a beer and we'll come right back. I said, okay, but only one we can come back. Okay, so we left Melba babysitting. And then we walk in at Crescendo and sit down at the table, order a beer. And there's Nellie and Mingo with Benny and all that right there. And says, hey, what are our babysitters doing here, man? Oh, but we got caught red-handed then. Wow. That's too much. Okay, what else?
How many siblings did you grow up with, Grandpa?
Oh,
Grandpa?
man. I had my stepmom's and my mom's kids. Altogether, it must have been about 13 brothers and sisters.
You were the oldest, huh?
Rachel, I was the second oldest. Rachel was the oldest. Yeah. And of all them siblings, 4 of them died. No, wait a minute, 5 died already. 2 committed suicide, 2 were killed, and 1 died, got sick and died. Mm-hmm.
Was there one that you were particularly close with growing up?
Yeah, David, my stepbrother, me and him were always close. We used to go out drinking, partying together. He used to go to my house, him and his wife and kids. Yeah, we used to do things together. Yeah, he's the one that got shot. Got shot in the back 3 times. In his room, in the bedroom. A guy shot him through the window. All over a girl.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Because he was jealous. Yeah, he was my favorite brother.
And Rachel, she's still in Maryland, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and one stepbrother. When we were young, we used to get mad at each other, and then I'd stand up to him and tell him, he was younger than me, start telling him off and all that. And all of a sudden, he would let me have it right in the face, pow, and then he'd run. Oh, I used to get mad at him, man. I was chasing him, I couldn't catch him. And I didn't learn. He used to do that to me all the time, let me have it. And I didn't learn. And then one day after I was in the Marines, went to a party, him and me, and I was drinking, and we were walking home, and I tapped him on the shoulder. Hey, remember? Bam! I let him have it.
Good.
And then the next day, my stepmother says, oh man, I say, your brother's real disappointed with you. He's real sad. Says, why? Why did you hit him for? Huh? You shouldn't have done a thing like that. That's something despicable, this and that. And how about him when he used to hit me when I was young? You didn't say nothing there. And I hit him, now I'm in the wrong. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, he must have hit me about 10 times.
Did you know how to fight?
Huh?
Did you know how to fight?
No. Oh, yeah, I was in the Marines. I knew how to fight.
Oh, yeah, later, after.
Afterwards, yeah.
Did you, growing up, did you ever go on any vacations with your family, like your grandparents or your dad? You guys go to the beach or Disneyland or anything like that?
Never.
No?
Never had no Christmas presents, no birthday presents.
Not even at your grandparents' house?
No birthday parties, nothing.
Was it because you guys couldn't afford it, or you guys just didn't want to do it? Or...
They said we couldn't afford it, but then I found out that my stepmom hoarded the money. She hoarded every penny. Mm-hmm.
So you didn't have a birthday cake growing up?
Nothing.
What
One Christmas we got, she bought us bikes. We were teenagers already. Bought a bike for me and my brother to share. And my other brother, stepbrother, they got bikes too. And that's the only present I remember getting.
What about your grandparents? Didn't like make you a cake or anything when you were living with them?
No, they back then the Mexicans they didn't do Christmas.
Birthday cakes
Yeah,
or
no,
celebrations? The
no, they didn't.
mañanitas, nothing?
No, they didn't do that. For Christmas, all they did was make tamales.
No presents?
No presents, no nothing. Not back then.
When did
The only time that I learned about having a good Christmas was when I went with your grandma. Mm-hmm. That's at one birthday. That's when she made me a cake. I said, "What's this for?" It's your birthday. Why? It's your birthday. That's why I made it. No, she didn't make it. She bought it.
But you didn't see TV shows growing up where they celebrated Christmas or the birthday?
Yeah, we seen those, but we thought that was only for white people. We were the only ones in the block that had a TV when they first came out. And it was in the living room, and then we sit down to watch TV. And all the kids in the neighborhood were in the windows looking at the TV.
Did that make you feel good and popular?
Yeah, we were popular. Yeah, and all we watched was wrestling and what was it? That guy comes out playing accordion and violins, and that's all they watched. My aunts, because that's all they wanted to watch was wrestling and that. Lawrence Welk.
What was it called? Lawrence Welk?
Lawrence Welk. That's all they wanted to watch. And that's all we watched.
Wait, so they had when was this, like the 1950s?
Oh, yeah, and then Westerns.
Oh, yeah.
They like Westerns. And my favorite was Tom Mix and Roy Rogers.
Yeah, he's pretty popular.
Yeah. I like Roy Rogers. And the funny thing about it is, he had his hat on, and then he'd go like this sideways with a big smile and all that, singing. And I used to think I looked like him.
Like Roy Rogers?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Me neither.
And I used to walk around going like this to people. Thinking I was Roy Rogers. Yeah. And then people would look at me and say, "Are you sick? What's the matter?" Huh? Wow. And Superman, he was my favorite. When we were kids, Superman would come out in radio or in comic books. And I'd get a towel and tie it around my neck in the bedroom and jump from the dresser into the bed trying to fly like that. And then one time we jumped, me and my brother jumped, and the bed went clunk. Broke the bed. My mom goes, "What was that noise?" "Oh, nothing. We just fell." Oh boy.
So they
Yeah, we
have
listen to a lot of radio.
more radio than TV?
Yeah, we listen to a lot of shows on the radio. They used to tell stories. And one I remember is about a bear. I don't know, it's about a bear story, but we liked it and we used to just sit down and listen to a story. Like you used to bear your books about bears from school.
In kindergarten?
Yeah. That's too much.
Did you have a favorite TV show from when you were a kid?
My favorite was Roy Rogers and
Okay.
who was it? Not Tom Mix. Some other cowboy, I forgot. He had white holsters. Yeah. And I used to like him because when he riding his horse, he's going so fast that his head was going like this, like that. Yeah. Yeah, and then I put on my cowboy hat and run and then bend my thing like this.
Oh, Grandpa, I was gonna ask you. I know you said you didn't go on vacations, but did you guys ever go like out to eat at all? Like, you know how the McDonald's started right there? Did you guys ever go there back on East Street?
We never went to go eat no place. Only one time, my brother found $20 on the sidewalk,
That's a lot.
Yeah.
and he gave it to my stepmom.
Oh.
And my stepmom says, "Oh, okay, we're gonna go eat." So we went to McDonald's there, and that really opened up.
On East Street?
The first McDonald's.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
by
we
San Bernardino
went
High
there.
School? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the first McDonald's hamburger we ever had. We didn't have hamburgers back then, and that was the first one I ever had.
How was it?
I liked it.
What did you get? Did you try the French fries too?
No, we just got a hamburger with the $20, and it was a dime. So she bought us all a hamburger and kept the rest of the money at 20. Yeah, and then after I used to go to work on Saturdays to make money. She would wake me up to go work. I stop and give me a hamburger and then afterwards I tell her, that's all I made. I wouldn't tell her that I got a hamburger. Or first milkshake I got too when I was 14, I think. First time I had a milkshake.
Wow. How old were you? Wait, so you said you had your first birthday cake when you met Grandma. So you didn't have your first birthday cake until you were in your 20s, huh?
Yeah, that was my 20s, yeah.
Or go out to eat, either to restaurants, probably not till you were in the Marines or your 20s.
Yeah. Oh, when I was in the Marines, I had 2 birthdays at one time. Yeah. It was my birthday when we were going overseas, across the international date line.
Oh, yeah. So
It was my birthday on the 30th. And I told everybody, hey, man, today's my birthday, man. They said, all right, happy birthday. And then at midnight, we crossed it, and it was the 30th again. It's my birthday again. So actually, I'm a year older or younger?
I think you're still
Younger.
80. I think you're still 80, Grandpa. Or gonna be 80.
Yeah. 2 birthdays in one day, man. That was pretty good.
Where were you when you were crossing? The
I
different
was aboard a ship.
Aw, nah.
I know, right?
No, like, which ocean? Like,
Pacific. Mhm.
Yeah, because that's where the transition happened. Or no, I
Yeah.
thought the transition happens like over by
It's
England.
it's in the Atlantic and Pacific. Yeah, that's something else.
When you were growing up as a kid, Grandpa, was there a kind of music you listened to a lot?
A lot of what you call oldies now.
Or as a
We hardly listen to the radio.
or as a teenager? Or-
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We hardly had we didn't have a radio. Well, we had radio, but we couldn't play it. turn that thing off. Making too much noise. Turn it off. We're trying to think. Turn it off, man. We're trying to do this. So we didn't listen to a radio at home. Only we listened to it when we were working in the farms, in the shacks, because they had a radio, so everybody can listen to it. So we listened to the radio, mostly what you guys call oldies.
What were some of your favorite artists?
Huh?
What were some of your favorite music artists?
When they came out with that, it was a nitsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. You never heard that one?
I have.
Yeah, that one was good. And then about Alien. I want to get a job on a rock and roll band. It was a one-eye, one-horn, flying purple people eater. That was a good one.
No, I don't think I've heard
The
that.
flying purple people eater. Or else, get a job. Cha-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na. Well, I wake up in the house. I hear the woman's mouth shouting and shouting, get a job. The Coasters. And the Temptations, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, grandma loved them too.
Mm-hmm. And then you like Elvis.
No?
No, not
What?
until maybe about 10 years ago, I started liking his songs.
Barely?
Yeah, barely, yeah. I even got his albums.
Why didn't you like Elvis growing up? Wasn't he like the most
I don't
popular
know.
artist of your
I don't
generation?
know, I just didn't like him. I don't know why. And then mostly I like classical music.
Back then or right now?
Back then,
Like Mozart and stuff and
yeah,
Beethoven?
I
and
still
all?
like classical music. Real relaxing. I used to put it on when I used to in the house in F.
Mhm.
When I was working in the backyard, I used to put it on the radio, classical music. And then Felicia would come and change that music. I said, Grandpa, you're the only one that knows that likes elevator music. Yeah, I do like it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
and you
pretty
know who I
nice.
like?
Who?
Remember? How's it go? Heads,
Shoulders, knees.
head, shoulder, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Dang, that is
Yeah.
oldies, Grandpa.
Huh?
That is oldies.
Or the Wiggles, no?
The Wiggles.
Oh,
That
that was the Wiggles?
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was like from an old song.
Wow.
Me and Ashley, we used to watch the Wiggles every time.
Oh yeah, fruit
Every
salad.
day.
Yummy, yummy.
Yeah, and then we stand and then start doing the Wiggle songs and then Dora the dinosaur.
Dora, the Explorer.
Oh no, we used to see Boots. And then
Oh, you're talking about Maggie the Ferocious Beast? Or
Yeah.
Maggie, that one had
and
was
then
kind of a
Grandma saying, "What are you
dinosaur.
doing?" I says, "I'm playing with Ashley." I said, "You're the only grandman that does that." Say, "You're the only grown man that likes cartoons."
Oh, and SpongeBob.
Oh, and Tom and Jerry.
And Bob, oh yeah, the rat and the cat.
Yeah.
We used to fight. I'm the rat.
Oh yeah, right before the show started,
Yeah.
you guys would try to call dibs on who's
See
who.
who's
and
going to be the rat.
I was always the rat.
See how we used to beat me. But she cheated. Even before they announced it, I'm the rat. Yeah. Oh, and then Mike and Susie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the hands.
Yeah, Mike and Susie. Ay, ay, ay. And I had to help her with the homework. I had to help you with your homework.
Yeah, you did. You helped me out a lot. I
Yeah.
remember I would always go to you were laying in bed.
And then one time she's doing the homework. He comes home and says, I got a hard one. It's about the Alamo. And I thought, okay, you know what? I'll write it down, and you copy it, you take it to school. So I got down and wrote down a page, and your grandma's in the room listening. And then she goes, uh-oh. And then I finished and gave it to her. Says, Grandma said, let me see what he wrote. And then she got the paper and read it. You can't take this to school. I said, why not? No, you can't take it. He says, you can't turn this in. You know what I wrote?
Do I want to know, Grandpa?
Yeah. I wrote, yeah, we got the Alamo in Texas, because we killed all those goddamn Mexicans there. We really killed some Mexicans to get that.
Grandpa, those are your people. Aren't your grandparents from Mexico? Zoe.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Zoe.
Ay,
It's good to
ay.
see
You're
you.
too much.
Did you have any pets growing up, Grandpa? Like Zoe?
No.
Or any
Oh,
cats?
yeah, we had Skippy.
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 Yeah. In my grandpa's house. He had a little dog named Skippy. And he used to play with us all the time. And my uncle, he was a little gangbanger. And one day, we're sitting down in the kitchen, and there's a doorway to the driveway up to the street. It's kind of far. And then one day we heard pop, a bang, and somebody shot at the house.
Mm-hmm.
They shot the dog.
What?
And, yeah, Skippy, and the bullet hit the door, and my aunt was sitting there. And the bullet got stopped, and halfway he's coming out of the door, it would have hit her. And they had shot Skippy, some guys.
Oh, that's sad.
Hmm.
What kind of dog was it?
I don't know, but it was a brown one, I know that. We call it Skippy because back in those days, they had a dog food called Skippy in the can. And we named it Skippy
After that, oh, okay.
because of the dog food. Yeah, pretty good dog. Hmm. And then Pancho,
You had a dog named Pancho?
Pitan, had a dog named Pancho, and we liked him. He'd wander all over the house in Magnolia. He'd get up in the middle of the night, walk all over the rooms, and then go lay down. He was guarding the house. And then he'd, in the morning when the kids would go to school, he'd walk the Ana Pitan to school and then come back by himself. Every day he'd do that. And then one morning, found him in the porch. Somebody had stabbed him.
The dog? Really?
Hmm.
That's so.
He was stabbed a couple of times.
What the heck?
Hmm. We found him in the front porch.
What the heck?
Hmm.
I'm sorry, what kind of dog was it again, Grandpa?
Huh?
What kind of dog was it again? Pancho?
Pancho, that's what Pitan
No,
called
was it
him.
like a tiny chihuahua? Was it a pit bull?
No, it was something like that one.
Oh, like the...
Hmm.
Like
Something
Zoe?
like that, but he was brown. Or was he black? I don't remember.
Aw. Did you get him as a puppy, or how'd you guys get him?
I don't even remember how we got him, but Pitan just came home with it one day. Hmm.
And you liked animals too. You had
Yeah,
a whole
did you-
bunch of them.
Yeah, did you like having like pets? Did you like pets, Grandpa? Did you like having dogs and?
Not really.
But what about cows and chickens?
You had a
Oh,
farm.
I had that. Yeah, cows and chickens and turkeys.
And you
and
liked
pigs.
them,
Yeah,
no?
and then I killed them.
Yeah.
I slaughtered them for meat.
Oh.
And you know all that Betty and Meva wouldn't eat them?
I don't blame them.
Well, yeah, because they like grew up with them, Grandpa.
Mm-hmm. I would slaughter them, they wouldn't eat them. And then that time I slaughtered that cow I gave Anna, she went and done her first communion, and I had the cow hanging like that, skinning it. And then she shows up with her Nina, gets off the car and looks. and start screaming, no,
Grandpa, I feel like you traumatized Anna.
Yeah. I told her, mija, don't cry, man. I'm gonna make you a good steak in a while.
Grandpa.
His name was Ferdinand, no?
Yeah,
Ferdinand.
and then when I killed that cow, everybody's sad except your mom. She was little. And I was getting the things ready so I could hang the cow up. And your mom's on top of the cow jumping up and down. Like,
What the
real
hell?
happy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay, what are you doing? Oh, look at it, just like in a bed, man.
All right, Grandpa, we're going to move on from dead cows and go to the next
Okay,
topic.
all
We're going to go to the last topic of your childhood.
All right, okay, what's next?
Did you wear zoot suits as a teenager? And if you did, why did you choose to wear them?
Okay, as far as the suit goes, I only wore the coat. All the little Chicanos, the little gangs, they only wore the coats. And not the hats, just the coats. And that's how we used to go to parties at night, wearing coats like that. And all a little gang. Everyone had a little gang. And that depends on where you were from or what class of Chicano were you. There was Chicanos that were well off and Chicanos that were poor. And I belonged to the poor Chicanos. And we didn't have good clothes like the other Chicanos.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chicanos that were well off, they were the dominant gangs. They controlled just about everything. But us, the poor ones, we had, I think, more fun than they did. Mm-hmm. And then one time we were going to have a fight with them, with the rich Chicanos at the 9th Street Park by Mount Vernon. So we're supposed to meet there at 8 o'clock at night. So we get together, get in our cars, and go to there were about 18 of us in our gang. And the other gang, there were maybe about 20. So we get in our cars, and then we go to the park, and we're passing by 1,000 people right there in the park waiting for us. We didn't stop. So we kept up going. God damn, all these guys against us, man.
You're done.
So, they're scared of us. So they got together again and says, okay, we're going to have it out. But it's going to be boxing. The best guys against our best guys. They're boxing in a ring in the home of the neighborly service over there in Mount Vernon. So we go. And the whole thing was because they had bought club jackets. And we bought club jackets like theirs.
Mm-hmm.
But ours were different color and different emblems in the back. And they got mad because we had the same kind of jackets. That's the whole thing was about.
Really?
So we go to the home and we get our guys are going to fight their guys. And before it started, everybody's right there around the ring. And they get up and go talk. I says, oh, okay, we all know why we're here. And said, we're gonna get in a fight because they were the Castilians. Because the Castilians want to control the dress code here in San Bernardino. Said they don't like it because we got the same jackets. So we're not supposed to wear the same jackets. And so what are we going to do? See, they wear Levi's, we wear Levi's. So what am I going to do? Take off my Levi's? Huh? And I wear boxers. They wear boxers too. I got to take off my boxers because they want to control the whole thing here in San Bernardino. How to dress and everything. And they're getting mad. They're getting mad at me. And then the boxing starts. And I'm supposed to box a real tall guy. And Yeah, our boxers lose. And then I go in the ring. I'm supposed to fight the big one, the big guy. He says, "No, man, I don't want to box." He says, "Huh?" And then they ask him why. He says, "I don't feel right. If we're gonna fight, we're gonna be out in the street, not here in front of everybody." And I said to myself, "Oh shit, man, this guy gonna jump me outside there." And he didn't. And we became good friends.
What?
He went to prison. He killed his wife.
Oh, damn.
He found her in bed with another guy, and he shot them both. He went to prison. I don't even know if he ever got out or not. Trini, that was his name, Trini.
What was your name of your group? The what? The Gus.
Huh?
What was the name of your group? What did you say they were called?
Us?
Yeah.
Damn, I can't even remember.
You said it was, didn't you just say it wasn't the Casi?
That was the opposing.
Oh, the other one?
thing.
Castilians.
The Castilians are the opposing ones. You don't remember your group?
Now I even forgot what we were called.
What? You remember them? But
You
not
remember? I know,
yours?
that's why I was kind of confused. I was like, maybe he meant.
Oh, Kingsmen.
What? That's
Kingsmen.
kinda
Yeah, we
cool.
were Kingsmen.
That was
Kind of weird though for a Mexican.
for
name.
Mexicans. I know, right? For all the pachucos.
Yeah.
Kingsman.
Yeah, and there were a club that were called the what do you call it? Damn, I even forgot the other names. There were a lot of clubs, not club gangs. They was called different names. Los Vatos de la Calle L.
Okay, that sounds more Mexican.
Yeah, and they were from L Street. There was a guy that lived in L Street, and he was a number one guy. And that's come they were called that. And one day we're at a party, me and two of my friends standing in front. And to start a fight, all you have to do is just stare at one guy. And the fight will start. And what are you looking at? Like that. So me and my friends are all in a party in the front of the sidewalk talking, and a car shows up. 6 guys get off from the Calle L. And one of them stops and starts staring at me. Just staring at me. He's drunk, staring at me. And then one of my friends, he's from there too, but he's a friend of mine. He grabbed me and said, "Come on, let's go." No, he doesn't move. He kept staring at me. And then the other guy say, "Hey, man," said, "what'd you do to him?" I said, "I didn't do nothing to him. He's just looking at me. He probably likes the way I look." He says, "No," and then the other guy grabs him. "Come on, let's go." He won't go. He kept staring at me. He said, "Hey, man, what'd you do to him?" "Nothing, man. Maybe he likes me. Maybe he wants to ask me for a date." And they jumped me. And you know who that guy was? Nick's uncle.
Oh, damn.
What?
I met him at the park. When was it? About a year and a half ago. Nick told me if I want to go to the park with him to talk to his uncle. I said, "Yeah, okay."
No.
So we went to the 7th Street Park, and he's sitting there, and we're talking and talking. And then we're talking about the old days, about the old gangs. And then I tell him about the guys from La Calle L. "Oh, yeah, that was our gang." And then I look at him, and then I remembered, "It's you, man."
Oh.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, why not?
He was disabled already.
You're gonna
Yeah.
fight him.
He was disabled. Yeah. And then we left, and I told Nick, "Hey, I know who your uncle was, man." He said, "No, yeah." I said, "Yeah, that was him. He got me beat up."
Oh, wow. So when you were younger, Grandpa, when you were an adolescent, what did you think you would be doing when you were older? Did you have anything in mind, or did you just want to do what your grandpa did and work for?
I had no idea. I know I didn't want to work in the fields like everybody was doing. I wanted a better job.
What was the name of the company you worked for in the fields? Did you just work for like a farmer, or were you or
Farmers,
just okay?
yeah, like onion fields, strawberry fields, apricots, orange, grapes. Okay, but I didn't want to do that when I grew up. I told my dad, yeah, when I grow up, I'm not gonna work hard. I'm gonna have an easy job. Ah. And then I worked for Kansas Steel and Railroad Track. That was a hard job. Wow, that was hard. Working the rain and the wind, the cold. Wow. Yeah, that was, but I liked it. I enjoyed Kaiser. I had a lot of fun there.
Oh, that's good.
With the guys, we joke and all that. 'Cause it was a hard job, so we make jokes just to laugh and to pass the time. Yeah. And I was the one that made most of the jokes. They gave me a name. They call me Leaky John.
That was your nickname, Leaky John?
Yeah, my nickname over there. You know why?
Because you always had to take a leak?
No,
Leaky mouth.
because the semi-trucks, one time they were talking about the semi-truck that was leaking oil, and was leaking a lot of oil. And then the one guy said, yeah, just like John here. And he just called me Leaky John.
What the heck?
Because I come up with all kinds of different jokes. Oh, I like the part about we had different days off. You know, a group of guys would be off and a group of guys working. And then one day, we're in a truck going to work. And then there's two new guys sitting across from the truck. And then the guy next to me is a friend of mine. I asked him, hey man, was your day off yesterday? Huh? He said, yeah. I said, well, what'd you do? Oh, I went to go have coffee with your wife. What? Yeah, I went to go have coffee with your wife. And then I tell him, God damn it, man! You went to go have coffee with my wife when I'm at work? I said, yeah. I said, don't you know how much coffee costs, man? You gotta go waste my money over there? And the new guys are looking at me. What's the matter with this guy, man? He's having coffee with his wife. He's worried about the price of coffee.
That's a good one, Grandpa. Okay, I think we're going to end it on that note.
Okay.
Or at least the first part of your oral history interview. So thank you. We'll pick up
Okay.
on some other topics for next time.
Okay.